In the spring of 1650, Hendrik van der Meer, a hopeful Dutch merchant, arrived in New Amsterdam after an arduous 2-month journey across the Atlantic, leaving behind the familiar canals of Amsterdam for the promise of prosperity in the New World. The settlement was smaller than he had imagined, merely a collection of wooden structures clustered around Fort Amsterdam. Yet Hendrik felt a sense of possibility as he stepped onto the muddy streets of what would become his new home. With his savings, Hendrik secured a modest plot of land and began the laborious task of building his dwelling, a simple structure that would shield him from the harsh colonial winters. The frontier presented challenges unknown in the Netherlands. Wolves howling in the distance, unpredictable weather, and the constant concern of relations with the native Lenape people who traded with the settlers but viewed the expansion of New Amsterdam with growing unease. By autumn, Hendrik had established a small trading post, offering European goods to both colonists and natives, while acquiring valuable furs and local crafts that would fetch handsome prices when ships returned to the Netherlands. The winter of 1650 proved brutal, with snow piling against his door and ice forming on the inside of his windows. But Hendrik endured by adopting the survival techniques of both his Dutch countrymen and their Lenape, who taught him to insulate his home with moss and bark. Spring brought renewed activity as ships arrived and with news from home, new settlers seeking advice, and letters from the family he had left behind. Their words both comforting and intensifying his occasional homesickness. As his trading business flourished, Hendrik began to contemplate bringing a wife from Holland, or perhaps courting the daughter of another settler, recognizing that a true home required more than just sturdy walls and a prosperous trade. By the settlement's annual feast day, marking the founding of New Amsterdam, Hendrik realized that despite the hardships and distance from his homeland, he had become part of something momentous, the creation of a new society where Dutch traditions blended with frontier necessities to form something entirely unique.